Hello?
Oh, hi, Rosabel. I know that you and I talked mere moments ago, but I forgot that I had a question about for the podcast, so I'm calling you back.
Oh, are you recording me right now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very shocking.
Do you sort of do a mental shift in your mind when you know that I'm recording you?
I guess I'm a little bit more wary about the things I say because I don't want to get cancelled.
You know that people could be recording you anytime. You've always got to remember that, don't you?
Nobody wants to listen to the conversation that we just had.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. We're doing an episode about pumpkin pie, and pumpkin pie, I understand, is deeply American. Mm-hmm. Have you ever had a pumpkin pie?
I think so. I think I have had...
The pause was so big, I thought you'd gone.
I wanted to be truthful, and I understand the idea of a pumpkin pie, and I was trying to remember if I have had one, but I did have one Thanksgiving in America, so I'm pretty sure I had a pumpkin pie then.
Ah, right. So the only time you've had a pumpkin pie was when you visited the United States.
Yeah, you can't get it here.
I didn't actually even really think about that. You probably can't.
Maybe you can. You probably can. I shouldn't have said that.
I guess one other question I had for you, I harp on about this a lot, but in New Zealand, when you say pie, generally it's sort of a meaty pie.
Yes.
Do you think that's sort of accurate in New Zealand?
There are fruit pies, but if you say pie in Aotearoa, it means a meat pie. It's probably the most confusing thing about America.
I'm David Farrier, a New Zealander accidentally marooned in America, and I want to figure out what makes this country tick. Now, as Rosabel pointed out, pumpkin pie isn't really a thing in New Zealand, where I'm from. We eat savory meat pies like normal people. Now, it's my understanding pumpkin pie is a Thanksgiving thing as well. So with Thanksgiving upon us, it seemed appropriate to do a pumpkin pie episode today. I don't really know what else to say because I don't really know anything about pumpkin pies. So go to your pumpkin patch and grab your nearest pumpkin, because this is the pumpkin pie episode. Support for Flightless Bird comes from Calm, C-A-L-M. I don't know if you're like me, but is anyone else feeling like the whole year is ending way too fast?
I definitely feel that way.
I mean, yeah, we've talked about this. It's even trying to finish episodes for the show before we all go on break. It's like, oh my God, it's too much. I feel scattered. I feel behind. But good news, Calm, C-A-L-M, gives you permission to slow down even when everything else is speeding up. And if you missed the memo, Calm is the #1 app for sleep and meditation, and it's here to help you feel better.
Yeah, if you're feeling like you could use some support navigating life's ups and downs and get the relief from all of this crazy stress, Calm sessions really help with that. They have guided meditations to help you work through anxiety and stress, boost your focus, and build healthier habits and take better care of your physical health.
Also, if you're struggling to get to sleep, they've got sleep stories and sleep meditations and calming music to help you drift off. And they also have grounding exercises to help you reset and relax when you're feeling overwhelmed by life.
Yeah, I feel these are really great for a reset when you're feeling overwhelmed and you take time to do this. It just really helps.
And don't take our word for it. They have 2 million 5-star reviews, and they can help you stress less, sleep more, and live mindfully.
Calm your mind, change your life. Calm has an exclusive offer just for our listeners. Get 40% off a Calm premium subscription at calm.com/bird.
Go to calm.com/bird for 40% off. Unlimited access to Calm, CALM's entire library, calm.com/bird. And tell Calm you heard about them from me.
Every Who down in Who Newville liked the holidays a ton. But where to get great prices on gifts, they had no idea. None. They searched and they searched for great gifts under $25. Gifts for spouses and friends and even their toddlers. When suddenly one Who shouted, Walmart has what you want, knowing they have Lego, Tree Hut, and low prices to flaunt. So they enjoy the holiday season as Who's often do. Cheering and shouting, Walmart has incredible gifts. Who knew? Find gifts they'll love under $25 at Walmart.
Flightless, flightless, flightless bird touchdown in America. I'm a flightless bird touchdown in America.
Robert.
David.
Hollies. How do I pronounce your surname? Hollies.
You don't know how to say my last name?
No, it's Hollies. Hollies.
No,
and
you're
then
saying it
there's
wrong.
a Z on the end.
You're saying it
Hollis.
wrong. Yes.
Hollis. Sometimes I see it and I think in my mind, Holy zzz, like that.
Yeah, that's wrong.
What do you think about pumpkin pie? What is your relationship to this mystery treat that you Americans seem to love so much?
First of all, Rosabel's right
Yeah.
about meat pies versus sweet pies.
Yes.
I think for me, when I hear pies, I mostly go straight to a dessert. I don't go
Completely.
to a meat pie.
It's such a disorientating aspect to your country.
Although I love Australian meat pies.
You love both.
Yes.
You love both the sweet and the meat.
Yes.
Because as I spend more time here, I am slowly adapting and I forget how crazy your country is sometimes. But the sheer volume of pumpkin-related items everywhere is
out of control.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Whether it's like a
pumpkin spice latte.
Starbucks, pumpkin spice shit, and just pumpkins on display. Like, I'm confused sometimes. I walk down the hall in my apartment and there are pumpkins outside people's doors. And I'm like, is this just for display, or are they going to bring the pumpkin in and consume it at some point? Or is it, do you know what I mean? Is a pumpkin a decoration or to be eaten? I don't know.
Do you not know about jack-o'-lanterns?
Yeah, you carve them out.
Do you know what holiday that's for?
What?
Do you know what
That's Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween.
But then there's a transition, obviously, from Halloween into Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Which is sort of the same. So the pumpkin
pumpkins
remains.
We got like 2 months of pumpkins.
Yeah.
Minimum. And then,
point is,
they kind of stick around for Christmas and you can bake them for that.
Well, they stay for Christmas as well.
I mean,
yeah.
It's like a fall.
It's a fall thing.
It's an autumnal thing. So.
But do you know what I mean about how there are pumpkins just out on display?
Yeah, that's for Halloween and then Thanksgiving. It's decoration.
So those aren't being eaten. Like some pumpkins are for decoration. I'm not talking about the ones that have been carved out. They're just pumpkins that Americans just pop out.
Yeah.
And they're not eating them. They're just like, look at them.
I'm not going to speak for everyone.
You should. Please,
I think I've learned from you doing that.
I speak for all New Zealanders. You speak for every American.
But there are just, decorations. Mostly those are decorations.
The decorative pumpkin.
Eaten. Yes.
Okay. Something I find interesting. Like what other...
Very festive.
Is it a fruit or a vegetable? Is it a vegetable? Actually, that's a really good question. Because sometimes tomatoes are a fruit, but people think it's a vegetable. I'm shocked. I'm shook. They're a fucking fruit.
Because they have seeds?
A pumpkin's a fruit. Good question. Why is a pumpkin a fruit, not a vegetable? AgriLife Today, that is a website that I'm going to trust. People typically consider something as either a fruit or a vegetable based on how they eat it rather than how it grows. The pumpkin is a tricky one, though, says this interview subject, because some people make soups or stews from pumpkins, which is a meal, while others make pies, which is a dessert. So that can lead to the confusion.
So it's a fruit when you're making a dessert with it,
yeah,
but it's a vegetable when you're making a soup.
Okay, so here we go. This is the heart of it. The difference between a fruit and a vegetable lies in whether the produce starts as a flower. All plants start from a seed. Let's take the example of lettuce as a vegetable. It makes more and more leaves, and then you harvest them and eat those leaves. If you let it go even longer, it will eventually make a flower stalk and make seeds that we harvest and store for next year's crop. A pumpkin plant starts the same. However, its flowers eventually turn into the fruit we eat, in this case, the pumpkin itself. So there you go. A pumpkin starts as a small plant with a few leaves. As the leaves grow and more branches develop, flowers will start to bloom on the plant. These flowers then need to be pollinated by bees or other pollinators. Once a flower is pollinated, it develops into a fruit that we consume. So ultimately, fruit relies on pollination of the flower to become the thing we eat. So there you go.
Crazy.
We've already learned so many things. Okay, some housekeeping at the top. As always, our email address, flightlessbirdchat@gmail.com. We love to hear from you.
We're on Instagram now.
We're on Instagram, Flightless Bird Pod. Come and follow us there. But more importantly, if you want to support the show, excitingly, we have a Patreon now. Patreon.com/flightlessbird. If you love the show and you want to listen to it ad-free, go and sign up and become a patron. If you want bonus exclusive content, go to Patreon. We record bonus episodes.
Every week we'll have a bonus episode.
I mean, over there right now, there is a bonus episode that we've just released as we release this episode.
Correct.
So if you want to come and support us and help grow the show, patreon.com/flightlessbird. We would love to see you there. It makes us feel good. And you choosing to support us, it means we can grow the show, get more resources to do cool things. So, by all means, keep listening to us for free with the ads. But if you want to not listen to ads and get more stuff, throw some stuff our way and you will get stuff in return.
Yeah, but when you listen to the ad-free version, you will still get this ad for the Patreon that we just did.
That is a very good non-disclosure statement that you just made. It's very good.
All right, so for today, we're going to try a bunch of pumpkin pies, but I think I want to talk about the history of pumpkin pie a little bit first.
Okay, no, please. I need to be educated.
I looked into it a little bit. No presentation, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. You're a busy man. The Notebook.
So pumpkins have an indigenous origin to North America.
Okay.
They're native to North America.
Had no idea about this. This explains why American pumpkins, etc.
And the indigenous people were the first to make pumpkin pies. Except at that point, there was no crust. They would just roast, boil, and bake the pumpkins.
Okay, just bake a delicious pumpkin and consume that.
Yeah. And then in the 1600s, when the colonists came, they would hollow out the pumpkins, fill it with milk, honey, spices, and then bake that.
Right, a sugary, more artificial version.
Yeah, still no crust, just
no
like
crust.
within a hollowed out pumpkin.
Right.
Which is kind of a cool...
Yeah, I like that.
I like that too.
I mean, I always think like, is it a pie without the crust? But I guess this is like an early developmental stage of what would lead to the idea of a pumpkin being a delicious dessert.
Yeah, that is a good question. Is it a pie without a crust?
Yeah, it's like, is it a sandwich without
bread?
Without bread, you know? The eternal question that haunts us. But I see what you're saying. It's like it's an evolutionary step on the way to becoming a pie. It's like, this isn't a disgusting vegetable. It's a delicious fruit and it's sweet and we want to eat it to feel good about ourselves.
Yeah. And then in the early 1800s, that's when they started introducing the pastry shells with the pumpkin custard, and it resembled more what our pies look like today.
Okay.
And then innovations within the pumpkin pie.
Okay.
In 1929, they started canning pumpkin puree.
Oh.
Which allowed for it to be more foolproof when they were making pies.
Okay. You'd always have that puree there.
Yeah, I think that's, more traditionally how if you're going to get a pumpkin pie from a grocery store, it's probably coming from a puree.
Okay.
And a lot, like my mom making pumpkin pie when we were kids, she was not getting a pumpkin, roasting it, smashing it up.
She might have been.
No,
When
she
you were at
absolutely
school,
was not.
she was out there slaving away with all these pumpkins.
No, I
You're accusing her of just doing the cheap puree job.
I had access to the pantry. I saw cans.
There were no pumpkins
pumpkin
in
puree.
there.
No
Okay,
pumpkins.
all right. Okay.
And that just gets kind of thrown in and baked.
Okay.
Which is also nothing wrong with that. It's just a...
No, I know. I don't know why this is so funny to me. I'm just imagining your mum furiously making pumpkin pies for all her children.
Well,
did you like the pumpkin pie that your mum made you? Oh, that is a longer pause than what Rosabel did at the beginning of this episode.
I can't remember that she actually made it that much. So there was a point where my little brother would eat pumpkin pie for breakfast every day.
Oh my God.
Like that was his breakfast.
That was his breakfast?
She'd get a pie every week.
She's making or buying it?
She'd buy it from Jewel Osco.
Wow. What brother was that? Was that the trumpet?
The only one, yeah.
Yeah, so it's
the younger brother.
Fueled by pumpkin pie.
Yeah. Every morning, slice of pumpkin pie. But so she's not making it weekly.
No, but you weren't partaking in that pie. That was for your brother.
No, I think I would occasionally have some.
Okay.
But not a daily
While your
breakfast.
brother was having his daily ritual of pumpkin pie, what was Rob eating?
I didn't eat breakfast.
No breakfast?
No breakfast guy.
You'd have a little thing of juice or something?
No.
Just nothing?
No.
Glass of water? A glass of milk?
I was early to apparently the intermittent fast, the fasting fad.
Straight in.
Just no breakfast.
So what was your first meal of the day at school? Like an apple or something?
No, it was lunch.
Wow, were you very hungry by then?
No.
I don't know why I find all this so funny.
I was little, so maybe that was
just a little kid. Yeah, very different. You and your brother, very different right from the beginning.
Yep.
Okay.
You'd have that pumpkin pie, I wouldn't have anything.
Okay, so you weren't a big pumpkin pie consumer of your mother's pies or anyone's pies?
No, I wouldn't say I wasn't that much of a consumer. Like, that's a crazy amount of pumpkin pie.
Oh, it's too much.
Yeah. I would
But
have
you-
it for holidays.
You
Like,
still haven't answered my key question of did you enjoy your mother's pumpkin pies that were made from puree that was stored in the pantry?
I honestly don't remember.
Okay.
They were good.
Okay.
They were great.
Okay, we can
They
move
were great.
on. I just wanted to check.
No, I guess she would make them for holidays.
Okay,
Like, and she'd make pecan pie for holidays too.
Okay.
And
beautiful.
but yeah,
So they were a part of your being raised an American. There was pumpkin pie around.
yeah. It was always a Thanksgiving meal that we would have too.
Okay. And how does it, you mentioned pecan pie, how does pumpkin for you, because I think I love an apple pie, for
Mhm.
instance.
Mhm.
I haven't tried a cherry pie yet. Had a pumpkin pie on our Thanksgiving episode a couple of years ago, but don't really remember what it was like. Where do you rank pumpkin pie amongst the other pies?
I do really like a pecan pie, but I
Mhm.
think sometimes it's too sweet.
Too much.
I can eat more of a slice of pumpkin pie.
Okay.
Even though, I mean, pumpkin pie can be sweet, especially there was this place in Chicago in Lincoln Square, this
Mhm.
bakery that we used to get a pumpkin pie cheesecake.
Oh,
That was incredible.
that was good.
It was like a caramel pumpkin cheesecake.
And that was better or worse than your mum's
That was much
pumpkin
better.
pie?
So much better. What do you?
Okay, so we are gonna try some pumpkin pies today, just to kind of assess the landscape, I suppose.
Oh,
What-
wait. I think also, when my mom would make pumpkin pie, I think she would. I think she would just buy the like pre-made crust,
Mm.
open up a can of puree,
Yeah.
dump it in, and then bake that.
Which is fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
fine.
But I'm not insulting her.
Oh, so you're saying you're not starting cooking because you wasn't even really making them.
Yeah, it was so quick and it was more efficiency and less like
Yeah.
she's not out there rolling pastry.
the pastry out.
and I don't think I ever saw her do that.
I somehow feel like you're negging your mum, but I'm not sure. I think
I'm not
I
trying.
think
I'm
you
trying to
are.
defend her, but I think it's
Yeah, I don't think every defense seems like a neg,
digging in
which
more.
it's like she did the bare amount possible. It's really, really good. Okay, I love your mum. She's so good. What have we got? Because we've got some different grades of pumpkin pie. I bought in the House of Pies pumpkin pie because that's down the road from my house.
Yeah.
And House of Pies feels like this iconic LA spot that mostly just a diner, but they're famous for their pies.
For this episode, we're going to just try, because people like when we eat food on the microphone.
Yeah, and just as a warning, when I chew, I'm going to pull my mouth away from the microphone because some people have a phobia, I've learned, of chewing.
Yeah.
And part of me, the devilish part, that makes me want to chew louder
Yeah.
and more sloppily. I respect that some people have issues. I have my face blindness.
Yeah.
And so I will respect other people's not shortcomings, differences. we
Yeah,
call them.
but because you've not had a ton of pumpkin pie, I thought it was
No.
maybe worth getting a few to try. Like, we've got the grocery store, like
Okay.
$8 pumpkin pie.
Sort of your mum style.
Yes.
Yeah. The
we've got-
shitty one at the end that you just got from Avon's. Okay.
I think it was Ralph's. Then you brought a House of Pies slice.
And that's slightly more elevated from the supermarket pie.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we do have a Winston pie, which is,
It's a fancy
it's a
guy.
great bakery
Okay.
in LA.
So this is more in your sort of territory of what is a viable
Yeah.
option to eat.
I'm going to go price point of each of these.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we need the
So-
info.
The Ralph's pie
Mhm.
is like an $8 pie.
Okay.
I would imagine House of Pie, a full pie, is probably $15 to $20.
It was 20.
20 for the
I'm-
slice?
No, for a
Okay.
full pie. I've just bought you on a slice.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to get a full pie.
Yeah.
But yeah,
okay.
20 for a full pie.
So $20 House of Pies. Winston is like a $65
Oh my God.
pie.
Yeah, okay. So you get sort of 10 of your supermarket drops for one Winston's.
I am curious though if this is a blind taste test. If you can
Let's go blind.
you
Blind
can
is good.
you decide what is what?
No, that's a way more fun concept.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
I'll turn away.
I'm gonna go build you a plate in the kitchen.
Okay. Stay tuned for more Flightless Bird. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Support for Flightless Bird comes from Tovala. With Tovala, you'll avoid the daily 5 p.m. what the heck's for dinner question once and for all. If you love great food but hate cooking, aka you are David Farrier, or you hate cleaning, aka you are Rob, listen up, because this just made my weeknight meals about 10 times easier. Every night, I just go into the fridge, I get my Tovala meal that's already been sent to me, I put it in my little Tovala oven, I hit the app and off it goes cooking, and I have my dinner all ready for me. It's friggin' amazing.
Yeah, it's nice to take the stress of meal planning out of the equation, especially when you have kids and figuring out what the heck they're going to eat.
Tovala is a smart meal delivery service, fresh meals, and a smart oven that does the cooking for you. It makes it so easy. You just scan the meal's QR code, pop it in the oven, and it cooks everything perfectly. Steams, bakes, broils, all automatically.
No guesswork needed. During Tovala's Black Friday sale, you can get a free Tovala Smart Oven when you order meals 6 or more times by heading to tovala.com/bird and using our code BIRD. Their meals are chef crafted and taste just like homemade meals you'd make for yourself. So, David, when you got a date coming over, you can just pop in that Tovala and pretend like you cooked a big dinner.
Got a girlfriend now, so no more dates. She's listening. Hello. For a limited time, because you are a Flightless Bird listener during Tovala's Black Friday sale, you can get a free Tovala Smart Oven when you order meals 6 or more times by heading to tovala.com/bird and use my code BIRD. That's a free Tovala Smart Oven when you head to tovala.com/bird and use promo code BIRD.
One last time, that's tovala.com, and make sure you use my promo code BIRD for a free Tovala Smart Oven. Remember, with Tovala, dinner is taken care of.
Support for Flightless Bird comes from Shopify. Now, have you ever been shopping online and noticed that purple Shop Pay button and how easy it... Oh, you have?
I have.
Yeah, we all have.
I love that Shop Pay button.
It makes buying anything online so easy. And if you see that Shop Pay button, it means that a store is powered by Shopify. And just FYI, Shopify doesn't just make it easy to buy, it makes it really, really easy to start a business, no matter what your experience level is. There's a reason that purple Shop Pay button is so loved.
Well, my favorite part about that button is it saves all your payment and shipping information. So if you're in bed doom scrolling and you get an ad for something you want to buy, you see that button, you just click it. You don't have to go run and find your wallet and type in all the credit card information. It's all right there. Shopify gives you that leg up from Day with hundreds of beautiful ready-to-go templates to express your brand's style and forget about the code. And the other really amazing thing is that it's the platform behind 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names to brands just getting started. So they have that built-in trust and credibility.
So if you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/bird. Go to shopify.com/bird, shopify.com/bird.
All right, so...
Yeah, Rob disappeared for about half an hour, and this is what has happened.
Yeah, we've edited that part out. I've cut 3 slices for you. Mm-hmm. You've got the cheaper Ralphs, middle tier House of Pies, more expensive Winston Pies.
Okay.
I'm going to have you take a bite of each, rate each piece, and then see if you can decide which pie is which.
Okay.
And if the amount to purchase matches quality, or what do you think?
I'm actually deeply curious about this because for one thing, I am not a connoisseur of pumpkin pie. This literally will be my second one I've ever had. Yeah. And I don't know what to expect from them. And I also am not a big foodie, so I am curious.
Yeah, you might not appreciate.
Okay, so how do I do this?
I think I'm going to feed you.
Okay, I was hoping you'd say that. Okay, I'm just going to do the mouth open.
Mouth open.
Nothing, you little shit. Always a funny man, aren't you? Old funny man, Rob.
This is going to be the first piece of pie.
Okay.
I think it's important to get you a little bit of crust, too. So I'm going to give you a second bite of this first piece.
I'm going to chew away from camera.
Chew on that, eat it. I think out of a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about this?
Initial reaction to that one is it feels cheap, and the pastry dissolved it was very like flaky, but not in a good way. And it tasted a lot like your mum's pureed kind of content. But
Okay.
So where my brain is going now is like, it's either the House of Pies or the cheap supermarket guy.
Now give it a rating out of 10.
Oh, for that?
Yeah.
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that pie.
Okay, here comes your second bite.
Feed me, daddy. Mm.
That's your filling bite. Let's get some with the crust now. Okay, how do you feel about that one?
That was a much superior pumpkin pie to what I just had.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it could be a Winston's or it could be a House of Pies. I'm going to need to have the other pie to know that. I would give that it didn't taste fresh, which makes me wonder if it's not the Winston's. The consistency of the pumpkin itself tasted so much better than the other one. I'd give that a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go last slice.
Okay.
Pumpkin filling,
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Okay.
crust.
Yeah. Okay. That's that. I would say that is the fancier pie. Not, to be honest, not a crazy. Why am I saying that? I might need to have option 2 and 3 again.
2 and 3 again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm confident that was the best one so far, but I want to check. Which makes me think it was the, fancier pie.
So here's 2.
Okay.
Here's 3.
Oh, man. So third option was not as sweet as 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my. Similar consistency. I think the pastry is better. I think that was oh, God. See, I'd give that an 8 out of 10, the third one. So we've got like a 3 out of 10, a 7 out of 7 out of 10, and an 8 out of 10. And I assume the 8 out of 10, the last one I had is a Winston's, but it's close. There's not a lot in it. I'm going to be honest.
Mm-hmm. All right. So your guesses, you've got supermarket pie,
Mm-hmm.
you've got House of Pies,
Mhm.
and you've got Winston.
Yes.
So the first one,
Mhm.
what do you think it is?
I think it was a supermarket horrific 3 out of 10 pie.
Okay. Second one,
House of Pies.
Okay.
$20 for a pie, mid-range.
third one.
It felt, because it was less sweet,
Mhm.
I feel like that's less sweet is what people that spend more money on their pies sometimes get.
Mhm.
And that's why I think it's Winston's, because it's less sweet, and that makes me think it's fancier.
Okay. Take your blindfold off. I want you to look at the pies and
Okay.
see if you change
Glasses are coming back on.
your tune at all.
Okay.
So that was 1, 2, 3.
This is I lock in my I lock in my answers. This looks like a fancier pie. That looks mid. That looks super. Yeah, I keep the same.
You mixed up supermarket and House of Pies.
Get out!
House of Pies was the one you liked least.
Holy shit!
House of Pies was first.
Okay, yeah, that's
And-
remarkable. A House of Pies
You
was
got Winston's.
rubbish.
You got you got Winston's, but
I hated the House of Pies pie.
yeah, I've
Which-
had that pie once.
That really surprises me, because I assume that they would make a better pie than what you get in a supermarket.
$8 supermarket got almost. It barely.
That's remarkable.
I wonder if you do the same to me.
If you'd, yeah,
I feel pretty confident.
let's try.
Okay, that other fork is not used.
You just gonna do the hat, or do you
No,
want?
I'll go blindfold.
Okay.
We'll do this quick. All right, this is pie number 1.
Pie number 1. Okay.
Oh, big bite. I don't need pastry.
Open up. Open up.
Oh, it's so much pie.
Okay.
I think that was supermarket pie. This
Okay,
is
here we
also weird.
Okay. Open up wide.
It was more wet, which makes me think that was the House of Pies.
That was option 3 being eaten
Yeah, that
by
was-
Rob.
Less sweet, a little crumbly or crust, which I know Winston's had a pretty crumbly crust.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going supermarket, House of Pies, Winston.
Okay, supermarket House of Pies, Winston.
I will say I don't know that I think there was that huge of a discrepancy between 1 and 2.
Okay.
I do think the consistency of the pie filling in 2 was a little grosser than the first one.
Okay, I'm going to show you the order that I gave them to you in. Now remember, number 1 you thought was?
Supermarket. That's not.
It's true. It's absolutely true.
That you gave me Winston's first?
Winston's first.
Wow.
That is remarkable. I gave you this guy second.
Which was House of Pies?
House of Pies.
I got that right.
You got that right. And the last one was the supermarket pie.
Wow.
That is a truly remarkable result. We both got caught out in quite a crazy way. I would argue your way the craziest of all.
Yeah.
And fascinating.
I think all of that. I think my way was fascinating because I should know better.
Yeah, but also, we both really like that supermarket pie.
Yeah, what I was going to say was we both did not like House of Pies.
Soggy, horrific, awful.
Yeah, but the other 2 were closer.
Rob.
I relied too much on the crust, I think, because Winston, when I cut you that slice was like very crumbly. It almost didn't have a crust when I cut it.
You know what this is making me think, Rob?
What?
And you thinking this elevated Winston pie was it's really good. This makes me reassess what your mother's pumpkin pie was really like. It might have been the most elaborate, beautiful thing, but technically, I'm blown away. I love it so much.
I am too.
Do you feel like your whole reality is slowly crumbling down around?
No, I don't.
It's really.
I don't hold that too high of an identity marker.
What supermarket?
I'm pleasantly surprised to be wrong.
What supermarket was that from?
I think it was Ralph's.
Go Ralph's. Happy Thanksgiving, Ralph's.
Speaking of supermarkets, I do have a gift for you, David.
Yeah.
Okay, this hat.
Rob!
It's so Andrew Bird.
Cap.
Andrew Bird made this is an Andrew Bird hat, but it just says eggs on it.
Rob, this is remarkable. It's anyone not watching on YouTube, Spotify, this is a black cap that has just the word eggs written on it. It's beautiful. It's a trucker cap.
Seems like a very David hat.
Yeah, this is a very David hat. The test is, does it fit my oversized, large noggin?
Yeah.
It absolutely does.
Sure does.
I'm so happy with that. You know who's mainly going to be happy? Rosabel. And that was the Thanksgiving / pumpkin pie episode.
Not quite.
What?
Not quite. Okay, before we end pumpkin pie, I have a surprise. Mm-hmm. Every year for Thanksgiving, I don't make a pumpkin pie. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Even though I throw all that shade at my mom.
Carrying the traditions that was learned in your households.
There's this incredible restaurant in LA. This chef Jordan Kahn. Mm-hmm. He owns Vespertine, Meteora, and Destroyer.
Oh, you've taken me to Meteora, and it was friggin' extraordinary. It blew my mind.
They do like a Thanksgiving meal pickup thing.
Yeah.
Where we get our pies from there every year.
Okay.
The last couple of years. Mm-hmm. And I have a surprise guest to come talk to us before we leave. Right back.
Stay tuned for more Flightless Bird. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Support for Flightless Bird comes from Helix. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but it is getting incredibly cold and bed is getting incredibly appealing. And if you are looking for an incredible mattress so that winter feels a lot more cozy for you, then Helix is the place for you. They have been a sponsor of the show for going on years now, and I've been sleeping on my Helix mattress for years now, and it is continuing to give me a really beautiful sleep. So if you're looking for a mattress, it's a perfect time for you to invest in a new mattress that will get you through winter.
Yeah, the best part about winter is just being wrapped up in a comfortable bed.
It's the best thing. If you want to get a Helix mattress, you just take the Helix Sleep Quiz. It matches you with the perfect mattress mattress based on your personal preferences and sleep needs, and it makes just buying a mattress incredibly, incredibly easy. It's also award-winning. It's the most awarded mattress brand, tested and reviewed by experts like Forbes and Wired. It also has free shipping and seamless delivery. It delivers your mattress right to your door with free shipping within the United States.
And rest easy with seamless returns and exchanges. The Happy with Helix guarantee offers a risk-free, customer-first experience designed to ensure you're completely satisfied with your new mattress. Otherwise, you just send it back. And there's a 120-night sleep trial with a limited lifetime warranty.
So go to helixsleep.com/bird for 27% off site-wide, exclusive for listeners of Flightless Bird. That's you. Go to helixsleep.com/bird for 27% off site-wide. Make sure you enter our show name into the post-purchase survey so they know that we sent you.
helixsleep.com/bird.
Support for Flightless Bird comes from Aura Frames. Now, what if I told you that you could give a gift that brings your favorite holiday traditions and memories to life every single day? With an Aura frame, you can.
What's your favorite holiday tradition, David?
I mean, as well as it just being my birthday on Christmas and celebrating myself, it's also gathering around a Christmas tree with my family to celebrate Christmas. And last Christmas, I gave my parents an Aura frame that I update probably once every couple of weeks with photos of my life here in America, and they can see what I'm doing. And their frame just sits up on their shelf. It looks like a normal little photo frame, but secretly it's digital, it updates, and they love it.
We have a tradition of leaving for the holidays and not visiting our family. We go to other cities. We travel on Christmas Day.
Oh, your poor mum.
We went to Austin, then Seattle. We take so many photos when we take these trips. It's our only real vacation time of the year. The Aura frame at our house is mostly pictures from our holiday trips that we take.
Yeah, and your mum and dad, if they have an Aura frame, they can see the trips they weren't invited on for Christmas.
Exactly.
Flashing up and feel like they were there.
Exactly.
For a limited time, visit auraframes.com and get $45 off Aura's best-selling cover mat frames. That's what my parents have. Named #1 by Wirecutter by using promo code BIRD at checkout.
That's auraframes.com, promo code BIRD. This exclusive Black Friday Cyber Monday deal is their best of the year, so order now before it ends. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
Dripping in gold? That's cool. Dripping in Velveeta's supremely creamy golden cheesiness? That's respect. Elevate your drip with Velveeta's range of outrageously delicious dips and dishes. Shells, cheese, melty blocks, and heat and eat queso that go all in on indulgence. Flex on your fam with a creamy, cheesy masterpiece and go all in on what you love with Velveeta. Respect the drip and satisfy your cravings. Bring home the drip with Velveeta.
More pie. I'm David. Hi.
All right, so I've brought you Chef Jordan Kahn.
Hi, thanks for coming in to our tiny podcast.
Nice meeting you.
You have some kind of incredible pumpkin pie. I'm assuming it's pumpkin.
It is pumpkin, yes. Yes.
This is your take on a pumpkin pie, or what is this exactly you bought us?
Yeah. When I evaluate things like this, I don't really look at it as like our interpretation or our riff. It's more just like, if we were making pumpkin pie, this is how we would do it, because this is just the way that our minds work with the ingredients. And so it really starts with the ingredient itself. So if you're going to build a pie around pumpkin, then really the conversation becomes about the pumpkin.
So in New Zealand, we don't have pumpkin pie. Like, it's not a thing that exists. And I know that, you know, New Zealand, our main pie is a meat pie. So if you say pie, people think pastry and savory.
You don't even have pumpkins in New Zealand, right?
We occasionally get them imported. No,
But you can't
we've
grow
been known to
pumpkins.
grow pumpkins. But the idea of a pumpkin pie is quite foreign to us. And I guess I'm just wondering, in all the American pies you have here, like where for you personally does the pumpkin pie kind of sit? You know, I think of cherry pie, that's American.
Sure.
Apple pie.
That's right.
Then you've got pumpkin, which is kind of this other thing. I mean, what even is pumpkin?
There's an argument to be made that pumpkin pie should be considered the most American because it's the only indigenous of the pies.
Right.
Apples were brought here. Cherries were brought here. The only native apple that we really had were the tiny little crab apples, which are bitter and better for making cider than for making pies. So until, what's his name, Johnny Appleseed came and brought all of the apples.
Yeah, right.
So we consider apple pie being very American, but it actually is not super American. It's actually more German than it is. But something that has always been here is lots of varieties of pumpkins. We share them with parts of northern Mexico. There's always tons of what they would call calabaza. And so we get really nerdy. My wife and I like to go every year to Underwood Farms to the pumpkin patch. If you haven't been, I highly recommend.
Taking the kids there.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Right, it's just fields of pumpkins?
Yeah,
Or what's-
Every variety you could possibly imagine. There's 100, maybe more.
Wow. Right.
And they're all there in all shapes and sizes. And so when we were developing our pumpkin pie, we brought back to the kitchen like 40 pumpkins with us.
So just zooming out there, like even outside of the pie, as far as, you're an expert with food, what do you think of the pumpkin? Is it like a wonderful thing to be able to make things from?
Oh, yeah.
Because I can't remember think of the last time I've had a pumpkin.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we fix that.
But they're like, the texture's kind of unusual. There's so many different sorts.
That's right. The beauty of pumpkins is that, to your point, there's so many varieties. And with that, so many different array of textures and flavors and then applications for it.
Mm-hmm.
And it exists in many cultures. They eat pumpkins a lot in Japan, and they eat pumpkins a lot in Mexico, of course. And so it's fun to kind of be able to have access and play. And a lot of chefs will do things like using Japanese varieties like kabocha to make their pumpkin pies, and that's always really delicious. And so I think I can't, as a chef, it's a hard time. I have a hard time having like a preference for one ingredient over the other because I find value in all of them. And especially once you work in a subject matter for long enough and you develop that intimate communication, that language with the ingredients, then you're communicating with it on more intuitive levels. So pumpkin becomes no longer a pumpkin, but sort of a whole conversation, a whole world of all sorts of stuff that we can do. So,
and as far as the pumpkin pie that you make, what's the idea behind this? Like, what have you focused on?
It's a great question. So my favorite pie growing up was pecan pie. Now, I grew up in the South, in Savannah, Georgia, where we have a lot of pecan trees. Growing up, our yard was full of them. So pumpkin pie was never my favorite, but it was always required. Like, it would never feel like a Thanksgiving unless I had both.
That was mine. Yeah, I mean, he makes a ridiculous pecan pie too.
Right. But those are the two.
But you
They
have to
be
have
there.
both. You can't have one or the other.
Wouldn't be Thanksgiving without both.
Precisely.
Yeah, right.
When I started working on, we started, I think, making destroyer pies, maybe even during the pandemic. It was kind of how it began.
Yeah, that's when we first got
yeah.
it for Thanksgiving.
You're right. Just more time on your hands and people wanting comfort food in a way, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And so the goal was, how do we satisfy the expectation of that really delicious pumpkin pie feeling that people have, but also evaluate what exists as people's norm and improve the status quo by the first thing that is easiest. And this is what chefs always look for, is we just buy better ingredients. We source them. So if we're going to start with pumpkin pie, we have to source the best pumpkins. We need to look for farmers who are raising and growing their things holistically in healthy organic soil, biodynamically raised ingredients and animals and a whole beautiful ecosystem.
Not covered in pesticides and other junk.
That's right. Things that belong in the farm. Pesticides don't belong in the farm. They belong in nowhere.
Yeah. Agree.
And certainly not in our bodies. And so it then becomes a whole wonderful discovery, because now all of a sudden, all of your perception of pumpkins growing up, it's like the first time you have one that's grown in an organic field that is made from an heirloom variety, that's the first pumpkin that you ever had, knowing that everything else before that was some other derivative. And so it's like, okay, now I've set my baseline for what a pumpkin actually is, and now my relationship with pumpkins changed. So I think a lot of people have that with some form of quality, or whether it's like the first time you have amazing coffee, or the first time you have like incredible cheese or amazing wine. You're like, okay, this is like, I have a new...
Yeah, suddenly Starbucks feels a bit more shitty than it was before.
Right. So this isn't a can of pumpkin puree.
That's right.
Is what you're saying.
That's right.
Use real pumpkins.
That's right. And it's, if someone were to ask me like, can I use the canned pumpkin pie? My response would always be, it depends on what your purpose is. If you're trying to get something on the table quickly, you have a family, you have a million other things, do what works best for you.
Yeah, you have a budget that you're...
But I can in all good conscience tell you that that's better and that it's a great idea from a chef perspective, because I know how high you can go with a little bit of effort. And frankly, roasting a pumpkin is pretty easy. And it's really rewarding. Your house smells amazing. You get to look, it gets all wrinkly.
Yeah.
There's like, the process is just as nourishing as the end result because you're just going to have one slice, but you're going to spend hours making it. Like those hours, if you allow it, can be really nourishing.
And what are you particularly proud of with this pie? Like, is it the pastry? Is it the pumpkin middle? Like, what is it that like, is the defining feature of this thing?
So the pie does a few things that are interesting. One is the crust will remain crunchy over several days.
Nothing worse than getting soggy quickly.
That's right.
Soggy bottom.
Yeah, horrific.
That's right.
Yeah, the worst.
The second is the filling is treated like a custard because it is a custard. Most pumpkin pie recipes, you will find bake the pie at a really high temperature, 350, 375. You would never bake a creme brulee at that temperature. So what happens is the eggs overly coagulate and then they start to develop that sort of curdled texture. And then when that happens, it can no longer bind and hold all the water together. Then water starts to become free-flowing. So you end up with this kind of like weird texture that's not pleasant. It's almost like cottage cheesy, but in a sweet pumpkin way.
I feel I've had this in cheap. Yeah, absolutely. I know what you're talking about.
So we cook it at a very gentle temperature to just at the point where the eggs are set and everything is nice and wobbly. And then when it cools, all the proteins kind of coagulate and have this really silky quality. The third thing that this pumpkin pie does is I'm not a huge crust guy. I'm the guy that eats all the pumpkin pie and then my plate's full of crusts. I don't eat my pizza that way. I actually enjoy pizza.
I do that with pizza, but not with pie.
See, I do that with pizza.
That's so funny.
So I added an extra crust layer on top for those who...
I can see it spilling out over the top now.
That's right. So those who are devout crusties...
Me.
That's right.
Yeah.
We've provided an extra aegis for your pumpkin pie enjoying pleasure.
It's really good.
The last thing that we do is when we roast all the pumpkins, it produces, it's very juicy. So we press them and we get all of this incredible roasted pumpkin juice. It's like gold. And it's like, oh, what do we do with this? So all we do is we reduce it to a syrup and then we pour that in the middle and it becomes a glaze. So we sauce it with its own juice.
Oh, so that's why it's shining at me right now.
That's right.
A pumpkin pie, is it an all year round thing or is it Thanksgiving? Like how tied to Thanksgiving is this thing?
It's very tied. It's very tied.
So, which is a seasonal thing of like when pumpkins grow?
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's precisely. So the harvest moon, which we get in October, signifies the moment where you harvest all pumpkins.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah. So under
That's
the
when Canadian Thanksgiving is, right?
Right. I
think. Yeah.
That's right.
It's because it's time to the harvest.
don't know if that's a joke.
No, it's real.
No,
We did an episode on it, David, like 2 years
it's
ago.
a long time ago.
But it makes perfect sense under the, so if in historically you would harvest the pumpkins under the harvest moon, and then you age them in the cellar or in wherever you might have them for the entirety of winter. That's one of the other benefits of pumpkins. They last for months and months. The older the pumpkin, the more delicious the pumpkin because it starts to slowly evaporate its moisture through its skin. And so when you get towards the late season, that's when they get really unctuous, really custardy, low water content. You can just roast it in the oven and eat it just with salt. It's amazing.
Will this be on your Thanksgiving? Because this is going to air Thanksgiving week. This will be on your table?
Unquestionably.
Yeah, all right.
Do you
too, probably.
Yeah, I've already ordered one.
Of course, yeah.
Do you get to have Thanksgiving?
It's a great question. Every year is a little different. We do a big Thanksgiving kind of at-home experience through Vespertine. We do pies through Destroyer. The restaurants are all closed on Thanksgiving Day, but because our day before Thanksgiving is when we do all the pickups, it's such a busy day, I don't really have time to prep it. So what we've been doing is, if I'm taking a day off, it's usually like a Sunday. So what my wife and I have been doing is the day after Thanksgiving, or the day of Thanksgiving, we'll treat it as just like a light office day, have something simple for dinner, go back to work on Friday, have a busy Saturday, and then Sunday, I'll make like a small Thanksgiving just for us.
Just quickly, what are the other key things on a Thanksgiving table? Because there's so much shit you can put on there, right? Like it seems like out of control.
It's
like because pecan pie, right, and pumpkin pie.
That's
like,
right.
What are your other like must-haves? And what do you get rid of? What are you throwing out?
Great question.
Get off my Thanksgiving table.
You're such a pro.
I know nothing, so I just need to know.
I get rid of the mashed potatoes, and that's sacrilegious.
In the bin.
There's so many things on that table that I get to only eat once a year, and mashed potatoes exist all the time. So I
it's kind of
have
filler.
I have to be very strategic with like the physics.
Totally.
Because it's a whole feast. So
Yeah,
you really
100%.
need to strategize about like how much you can eat, at what time to start, all those things. So turkey is a big one, and that's obviously like the hallmark. But we get heirloom birds. We work with a farm up in just outside of Santa Cruz, Corvus farm, who raises these amazing turkeys, and they're totally different than again, same thing as if you have pumpkin pie your whole life and then you eat one made with a real pumpkin. It's like it's a game changer. Same thing goes with turkey.
Well, what's so great about these turkeys? Bigger, fatter.
Like insanity. They're so amazing.
Okay.
They're actually not fatter. They're a little smaller. They're a little more, they do a little bit more work. Turkeys live their life on the ground, but occasionally, and then they get scared, they fly a little bit. So they've got lots of different types of myoglobin and different muscle parts. And when you raise them on a holistic farm where they're just eating whatever is there, worms and nuts and seeds and all grass and all sorts of bits, the flavor is extraordinary. So like, and then we get our birds fresh. By the way, all turkeys harvested in the United States by law have to be frozen. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Did not know that. What kill bugs or something?
It's apparently as a means. That's right, because our farming practices for turkeys are not good, so they have to freeze them.
So interesting.
It's so backwards, right?
Yeah,
we raise it so poorly that we have to
freeze it to be able to eat it and not get sick.
That's right.
And then afraid of being sued for getting sick from the grocery store.
No, that's mad.
This is where we are. So and we'll talk about
it's another episode.
So you get your turkeys and you freeze them because you have to.
No,
that's what you're saying.
So we'll get them fresh and we age them for about 2 weeks. We hang them up and we age them for 2 weeks. And that aging process helps the heritage birds. Some of their amino acids break down, makes for a more tender bird. It also dries the skin nicely. And when you look at a beautiful like Thanksgiving turkey, the skin looks amazing, but it's never crispy unless you deep fry it, which deep fried turkey can be tasty, but it just tastes deep fried. It doesn't taste like, for me, it should taste like roasting in the oven or near a fire with like herbs and
it's not the way to do it.
That's right. So these heirloom birds are what's up.
Okay, so you've got one of those. The potatoes are in the bin. Your pecan, your pumpkin, your turkey.
Cranberries. We work with one farm up in Oregon who dry farms their cranberries. And cranberries are kind of funny. They grow really close to the ground. They're such an unusual berry.
Right.
So most berry shrubs produce like these large kind of bushes.
Yeah.
These guys, like, they stay on the ground and like they're only this tall.
Right, little guys.
So you have to go through and kind of hand pick each one, like kind of crawling.
Right.
So it's a bit of a process, but they're all dry harvested and they are all harvested basically once a year. So when pumpkins are in season is when cranberries are in season, which is also when every August is historically when turkeys would produce young chicks. See, chickens can produce all year round, but turkeys only once a year. So they produce in August, they hatch, and then by the time you hit October, November, they're old enough for, to go the way of the samurai.
So what are you doing with these berries? You're just throwing them back?
Stew
Or do they
them.
go on? You stew them?
We stew them.
Okay.
We just cook them down with a few whole spices, some
Okay.
cloves, and some, my wife and I brought back some incredible cinnamon from Hawaii. So that's in there, some allspice, and then just adjust the seasoning with a tiny bit of palm sugar and salt, and
Okay.
that's it. For me, that's like, those are the requisite Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's all you need? That's
all I
great.
need.
That's very efficient.
Yeah, we make a sauce from the bones. It's not really gravy in the sense that it's like thick. We take all the bones, roast it. We do essentially make like a really concentrated stock. It's lightly thickened, but it's very, very, very gentle. And that with the bird, it's just like
I want to try this.
better than it sounds.
It sounds kind of amazing.
Yeah, that's the point.
So I feel like I've taken over just because I'm curious. Do you have any questions? I feel like I've just been rambling on for so long.
No, you're asking the questions we needed to.
Yeah. Can we try
I would love that.
this? I would. I would.
love that.
I think we just get it out.
All right. I'm going to build it.
Okay.
That's all right. Kind of comes as a bit of a kit. And,
Oh my God. So this is what people would get when they order one of these things from you.
essentially.
Oh my
What we'll
God.
do is slightly.
Oh, I see. That just sits on the
This
top.
is a pumpkin jam that I just added a little allspice strand to.
This is out of control.
And so this guy sits straight on top. This is the caramel made from the pumpkin juice. This is just reduced.
Yeah, it really does. How long did it take you to kind of invent what we landed on here? Is this like a 10-year process? Did you throw it together in a week? You know, you've got a lot of ideas in your brain to get it to this point.
Took a couple weeks to get it perfect. And we have 2 types of whipped cream. Now, whipped cream is something that you can have with your pumpkin pie, but you don't have to. I'm
optional.
I don't really eat my pumpkin pie with it, but my wife requires it. And so neither of these are particularly sweet because this is perfectly sweet. 2 different, one is made from smoked maple and the other is made from tonka beans. So you can take your pick.
God, this looks good.
And let me grab you a knife and a plate.
Oh, yeah, mate, Rob will get there.
What is the New Zealand version of pumpkin pie? Like an annual.
It's really. I would say our thing would be the pavlova.
Pavlova.
Yeah, that's our thing.
Yeah,
Australians would argue that they invented it and it's Australian, but I would argue that it is a New Zealand thing. And that's generally like Christmas, which is our summer. So it's like very light and, you know, everyone's like sweating at the beach, you know, a lot of sun and sand and
Is it strange? Is it equally as strange for you to see Christmas like in the US and the other parts like covered in snow?
Oh, it's crazy. But growing up in New Zealand, we were raised on Home Alone and stuff.
Okay, so
and
you
so
had
in my
reference.
mind, like America is this magical place where Christmas is winter. You know, so I'm used to it because your media kind of taught me. So I'm not shocked.
But global warming, Christmas is less and less cold anyway.
It is. It's slowly becoming more and more like New Zealand.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll give you a little.
Yeah, that layer really gets me. You poured on there. That's like sold. Crispy as fuck, which I like. I can see no sogginess.
That's right. So that was something to work out, certainly, which is, you know, how do you make it so that it is crispy until the end? Because the other really important part of Thanksgiving is the day after.
Leftovers.
Yeah. So one of the most wonderful gifts of Thanksgiving is, please enjoy, is standing in front of your refrigerator and eating a piece of cold pumpkin or pecan pie.
Yeah.
The next morning.
Yeah, and ideally it should age in a way where it's still delicious and wonderful.
And,
when you're doing takeaway pies, you're also dealing with having it picked up the day before and needing to last even longer than that.
That's right. If you so choose a little bit of whipped cream on the side.
Mm-hmm. What one would you recommend out of
I'll
the...
give you a little both so you can kind of have the option.
God.
That's the tonka bean, and this is the smoked maple.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah.
So much better than House of Pies.
This is, I mean, God, I sort of knew where this was going. Imagine eating it. Disgusting. Awful. No, it's fucking amazing. You can have like a bite of the pastry is the...
So the pastry itself is, it's made with butter, a couple of different types of flour. We try to use as many heirloom ingredients in general in our cooking, especially on, you know, in this relevance. So there's Tehachapi, which is a local grain project where we're using wheat, Sonora wheat, and spelt from them for this. And then also in the pie is aged sherry vinegar.
What's that doing in there?
Kind of helps to denature some of the gluten proteins to make it a little bit more tender. Pies are kind of a good balance between, you need some firmness in order for it to remain crunchy throughout, so it doesn't get soggy. But it needs to be brittle enough to where when you eat it, it sort of like breaks apart nicely. So it's a bit of a
this is
delicate
dope. My God. Is this also like, it's sweet but not too sweet, and it's rich but not too rich? Like all that seems...
All of that, yeah.
Like I feel like you know what you're doing, maybe. I get that feeling, maybe.
It's definitely the best pumpkin pie I've ever had.
Yeah. Same here.
Thank you. Yeah, balance is important. I also think that the caramel on top, you're expecting it to be overly sweet, and it actually adds a little bitterness, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
So it helps to balance it.
How many of these things do you think you'll be shipping out over Halloween? Do you have an idea? Not Halloween. What the hell? Thanksgiving. How many do you think you'll ship over Thanksgiving?
We'll probably do about 500.
Oh my God. Conveyor belt.
Yeah, it takes about a month for us to get all of it done. It's a small operation, just a couple of us. We
just casually making 500 of these things.
That's right. We have an amazing crew.
Yeah.
Those are numbers that they're not used to on a daily. Vespertine has 20 seats. You know, it's like we're a small operation, but when we do Thanksgiving, there's a lot of demand, and we understand that not everybody in modern day has a schedule that will allow them to make a pie themselves. And so we want to just be able to offer something that brings people joy, and also like it satisfies the pumpkin pie itch, but it's a bit more elevated. But not like, for me, this isn't fancy. Like, this is just what it should be.
Well, that's your food. Your food is very elevated, but still very approachable in the best way.
Final question for you. As far as American holidays go, I'm still sort of wrapping my head around how they all work. But where does Thanksgiving sit for you with, like, what do you got? Christmas? Oh, that's the other main one, isn't there, really? Halloween's a holiday. Like, where does Thanksgiving sit as far as like a thing in your life and in this country? Is up there?
Top of the list.
Just because you're a food man, right?
That's right.
Yeah, you can't say no.
The purpose of Thanksgiving from an American perspective, at least currently and for the last several generations, it's just a holiday centered around eating. You know, obviously there was an intention behind the invention of the holiday, which maybe not a lot of people connect with.
Yeah, shitty backstory.
Yeah, not so great. So at minimum, we get to use it as an opportunity to just sort of celebrate a meal and celebrate eating. And so for us, like my Thanksgiving table, as we mentioned, we'll have turkey, we'll have cranberries, we'll have this. But the rest of it is just my wife and I going to the farmer's market, getting what's great right now and just roasting it over a fire. And that's like really eating the harvest.
Yeah, great.
You know, not casseroles and all these heavy things. It's like eating roasted, like different types of crazy squash with like peppers and guava. Like doesn't sound very Thanksgiving-y, but like that's what's in season right now. So we're just eating the harvest.
Final thing. Leftovers in the fridge the next day. What's the best leftover? Like what age is the best in that fridge?
Ooh.
Or what's the best thing you make from the leftovers?
Yeah, because that's a whole other day, obviously, right?
Tacos.
Yeah.
I have a recommendation.
Please.
Stuffing. Have you gotten into stuffing yet? Has that been one of the episodes?
We haven't done stuffing.
Yes, we did.
We didn't do a stuffing
Michael
episode.
Voltaggio made us that insane stuffing.
Oh, he made stuffing, but we haven't done like a stuffing episode.
But that was the star of that.
It was, good stuffing.
I'm sure Michael's stuffing was...
It was insane. It was,
It was good stuffing.
Take your leftover stuffing.
Once
it's cold, because it's a bread pudding, essentially. Slice it, and if I'm making stuffing, which I do every year because my wife loves it, I will make like sort of a nice standard one for us to eat, and then I'll make an extra large batch, and I'll bake it in a mold, like a loaf pan. And the next day, when it chills, have like a loaf of cold, and then make a big thick slice, like a tranche, and then put it in a cast iron pan with some turkey fat and some butter, and griddle it on both sides, and it's kind of like crunchy exterior, almost has like a French toast quality, and then have that for breakfast with cranberry, some pieces of pulled of turkey.
Yum.
That sounds good.
Fuck yeah.
It's arguably better than the day that it's fresh.
Yeah, like Thanksgiving part 2.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for this.
You're so welcome.
Freaking wonderful, and
me.
have a great Thanksgiving. I hope you're not too exhausted from helping make 500 of these things.
Oh, thank you. We're looking forward to it. It's always it's a heavy lift, but it's always like a joy every year. We love it. So,
oh my God, this is so good.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Rob. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Rob just took his shoes off, which I haven't ever seen. Thanks for being here. It means a lot that you have signed up for Patreon. I thought we could talk about kind of what we've been watching and listening to. We're going to talk about Begonia, which I'm curious what you thought of that.
We did take the boys to see Little Amelie.
While you were doing that, I took myself alone to see for the first time in a really long time. I walked out. I angered a friend of mine a lot one time because in New Zealand, if you go to the supermarket, there's like a public bulletin board. I got just a photo of these adorable puppies. Call Dan on this number. And Dan was so angry.
I mean, it's a pretty funny prank to pull on someone you don't like that deserves it.
I mean, it's up there probably with cracking an egg on your head.